And as I told you before, the Joseph Haydn Conservatorium is now Joseph Haydn Private University of Music in Eisenstadt.
Yeah, yeah.
Eisenstadt is not far, it's only 50 minutes by car from Vienna, and it's the youngest music university in Austria.
Wonderful. Yeah.
And as I was as we spoke about this, we are making a guitar symposium there in May, and it was the idea to speak with you, and just only two questions. Now we have a new institution, and can you tell me a few words about how was the times as you were studying yourself guitar?
How are the times? Well, I went to the Royal College of Music in London when I was 16 years old.
Hey.
I was lucky because Julian Bream, he had been at the Royal College of Music 10 years before me. So like he opened all the doors, yeah?
Yes.
And I was then studying music there, but not guitar, only music, little theory of music, a little bit of piano. I was very bad at piano, but anyway.
Yes.
And I was on my own, you know. I used to see Andres Segovia. I used to see him in Siena,
Yes.
and every year in the summer, and occasionally in London when he was travelling through. But all my guitar guidance and teaching was from my father, since I was
Okay.
6 years old, 5, 6 years old.
Okay.
So, and he continued to just. He was very, 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 very strong personality, and he was wonderful understanding of technique, and having the fingers relaxed, and very small movement, and very important things. You know, if someone was playing like with a finger like this, he'd say, "What are you doing with that finger?" You know, keep it close, keep it. Don't waste energy. So he was also very, very concentrated on sight reading.
Yeah.
So, you know, doing a lot of sight reading. Everything I used to read, for example, the Aguado method.
Yeah.
I used to begin at the beginning, all the legados, and I used to read every one of them, every page.
Wow.
When I came home from school,
Yes.
this is when I was 12, 13 years old,
Yeah.
I would start, and the next day I would begin where I finished, you know, page 20, I'd go 21 to the end. Giuliani, right hand exercises,
Yes.
if you remember, all on 2 chords, Do major and you know, and also Saw, Fernando Saw studies.
Yeah.
So those are my early years. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, now from the early years, I'm jumping very far now, some years later. How do you see, after so many years working with the guitar, how do you see the future of the guitar in the next, let's say, 10 years or 15 years?
That's that's a great question.
Yes.
Especially for, you know, like your now university,
Yes.
for young players and for new curriculum, you know.
Yeah.
I think it's a fantastic time. You know, with the troubles in the world, a lot of people are very, very sad. You know, they think it's a very difficult world, difficult for musicians, difficult to find opportunities for playing, for work.
Okay.
But at the same time, we have wonderful opportunities to understand different cultures
Yes.
because of communications, because of iPhones, Zoom, WhatsApp, etc. Communication between different parts of the world is so good. It was never like that in my day, you know.
Yeah.
So to understand, for example, well, we take one obvious example, close to home for both of us.
Yes.
We say close to home in English, yes?
Yes.
Close to home would be Venezuela.
Yeah.
Venezuela, the music of Venezuela, many of the rhythms, we have to know, even as classical guitarists, we're playing a piece of Lauro or, you know, or other musicians from not only Venezuela but other parts of Latin South America.
Yeah.
We have to understand what that music, how that music speaks to us.
Yes.
Not enough
That's
just to
true.
look at the notes and go dugga 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 dum.
Yeah.
There may be something more interesting there. So I think the opportunities for us young players and
Yeah.
us young men, especially me, you
Yeah,
know,
especially.
at the age of 82 I am, it's even for me, it's wonderful time to be able to understand these different opportunities, to get these opportunities for understanding different music.
Yes, well, the way of information is better than many years ago.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But we have to have the interest.
That's true.
Because in the old, what I call the old days,
Yeah.
my generation was very, we have a word in England, transfixed, very concentrated on European style.
Yes.
And this is very limiting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I call it Eurocentric.
Eurocentric.
You see, but Europe is not the centre of the world. It is one part of 6 or 7 or 8 areas in the world.
That's great. Can you send some? Our students are waiting. Can you send some greeting words for to the students, and what you can recommend them for the future too?
Exactly. Well, for students in this new wonderful new curriculum course in the university, it's a wonderful opportunity, and I think it would be great for you and all of us to take this opportunity to extend our interest in these wider parts of the world.
Yes.
And to look beyond Europe.
Yes.
Look beyond Europe. I think this is the thing. We include Europe, but look beyond Europe.
Yeah.
This is my dog, by the way. Hello.
Yes.
He just wandered in. He wasn't supposed to. So, you know, obviously, I wish you all fantastic best wishes for this new what's the word I'm looking for? This improvement and expansion
Yes.
of the curriculum and the building of the new university, which used to be conservatory. I understand. Yeah.
It was conservatory now. From now it's a music university.
Yep.
And we will at this, I think the 2nd or the 4th of May this year we will make the official celebration, like opening
Yes.
as a university for the guitar class.
Well, all I can say is, the most I can say is, please, this is a wonderful opportunity and congratulations. You have this opportunity, make the most of it, and beginning from where you are, look outwards,
Yeah.
you know, to the wonderful world of music, which you'll find many wonderful surprises.
Yeah. But Maestro John Williams, thank you very much for your time.
Yes.
And it is really a big pleasure for me to be here and to speak personally with you.
It's my pleasure.
I see you have a very nice dog
We have
here
two.
with us.
We have two, and he's the most. Hello, sweetie. He's called Ben.
Yes, he smells my dog too.
Yes, he
yes.
will. They know immediately who's nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, very
Thank you
best
very much,
wishes
John.
to you. It's
Thank you.
fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
And letting me know about this
I will let you know.
wonderful new development.
Yes. I will.
Go for it, guys.
Thank you. And speaking additionally, yes, we spoke about the conservatory, getting a music university, and now.
Well, I was explaining how my early teaching from my father was so important.
Yes.
Remember, and that remained a big influence.
Yes.
You know, it's like the very basic idea of technique, movement, and etc. But what was more interesting for me as a young boy, I first went to Siena in 1954, 53. 1954 was a long time ago for me, and I was there because Segovia was, we know, the famous guitarist of
Yes.
the 20th century. He was teaching at the Accademia Chigiana in Siena in Italy. But what stayed with me more, as I grew up, and was doing more and more playing,
Yes.
I was getting more and more frustrated with Segovia's personality and the way
Okay.
he expected the students to play. He expected things to be like a copy of him,
I understand.
and I don't think that is the way a student learns in the best way.
Yes.
It can be a good example, but it's not enough.
Yes.
And for me, the much bigger influence in Segovia was meeting other students who were from all over the world.
Yes.
You know, they were from Uruguay, Venezuela, Brazil, different places in Europe. And in particular, of course, everyone knows, you know, the great Venezuelan guitarist Alirio Diaz.
Yes.
And I first met him in 1953-54, and I was only a boy of 12, 13 years old. But that influence and the attitude to music, the free flowing way of his technique, of course, I used to love, because the way his these wonderful long fingers worked was fantastic. That, of course, was a big influence for me. But the musical example was particularly important, because as a very young boy at the age of 13, this was an example of a style, a way of playing our instrument, the guitar,
Yes.
which was not constrained, limited
Yes.
by this Eurocentric 19th century romantic style
Yes.
of Segovia. It was the freedom, the flowing, musical, natural feeling that came from so much Latin American music, and at that time for me, particularly Venezuelan music. So
Yes.
this remained an increasingly important part of my life. So that my musical tastes throughout my life, I'm now 82, so it's a long time for me to develop my ideas and my feelings. You know, the music of Latin America, South America, Central America, and if we get to contemporary music,
Yes.
Leo Brauer, who's like a giant, you know. But for me, it's all the same. It's a continuity. It's a continuity of what music, the most important thing about music, you know. So I suppose I have Alirio to thank for that influence as a young boy, and it has continued to develop in me for my whole life.
That's great. But I remember very many times about Alirio and yourself too.
Yes.
I told once, I take many jokes with Senio, his son. I
Yeah.
told him, you know, because your father, I am here.
Yes.
And I told him many times that you, John Williams, and Alirio was my motto. Like, as I saw you the first time, I remember, I want to be something like this. It's so fantastic.
Oh.
It's such fantastic musician, and his father likes this magic sound. It was, for us, my generation was enjoying this a lot. And it's very special to be here. And it's a very important words what you told me. That's true. That's about the pedagogical way, or what you spoke about Segovia. And it's very, very really a documentary. It's very, very. And yes, I would say our students in Eisenstadt now has the chance to the possibility, let's say, to study in a good way in the university, to make works, researching works, no? About the classical guitar, different themes, and we have now today this opportunity to have you as a here.
It's fantastic.
Fantastic.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you very much. So maybe we can say once again the greetings in case that another version didn't work.
Well, all I can say is really best wishes. Like in English, that sounds very small. Best wishes, congratulations, best wishes, and I wish you like all the best for the future, for the development of the curriculum and connecting guitar and music, you know, together.
I thank you very much too. I hope we can stay in touch. We will inform you about our steps in the university.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.